Wait, were we not supposed to?
Oh. Every time I do it, you always do it. Every time I go like,
Simpsons did it.
Simpsons did it. Simpsons did it first.
They have a TikTok with the Simpsons did it that just came out about the submarine and the Titanic.
Keep going.
That's it. That was all.
Yep.
It was funny. It was like Simpsons did it.
But like the Simpsons filter has been fucking people up on TikTok.
Hey guys, Adam here. You'll notice here on Ryan's camera that there are little metering and focus peaking guides on the screen. And that's because I didn't have my usual broadcasting assistant and had to run the cameras myself on a tiny 5-inch screen, and I'm blind. Sorry if it ruins the episode for you, but then again, if Ryan's or my face didn't do that for you already, then you'll be fine.
What?
I like just been doing them dirty.
There's a Simpsons filter on TikTok.
Yes,
Son of a bitch.
Oh, you're going to go look it up?
I'm going to look it up.
Like the last one that I saw, it turned the chick to a dude.
Oh,
funny.
gosh. Okay.
Wait, so it's a filter?
Yeah, it's like an AI.
I don't know why I'm asking about TikTok. I've never used it other than when you send videos.
Which one is it?
I don't know.
It's
one of the effects.
the one that turns people into Simpsons characters, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, it's going to give you the theme too.
Let's try this. Create. Let's go here. Use this effect.
What's his name in the factory?
Loading.
It's loading.
Yeah. Okay.
They're going to make you look like a doctor.
What is Creer?
Career? Career?
No, it just says Creer. I think it meant to say create, but it just fucked up.
It misspelled.
I don't know what you're supposed
Doesn't
to
have
do
a spell
here.
check. Are you both doing it?
Oh, here we go. 2-1.
Are you just sitting there? Like, shouldn't you be doing some stuff?
No, it makes it takes it still.
Are you facing that towards me?
Yeah.
Oh, God damn it. Turn it around. Hold it up right here. That is not Simpsons. Hold face it to the camera.
Where?
Right here. The fuck?
What the shit?
Hold up, let me see it. There you go. It's hilarious. So you said you did one of me?
It didn't work.
Okay. I got too much shit in front of me.
No, it's the app. If it's too loaded up with people, it won't.
Does that mean it's only so many people can use it at the same time?
I'm assuming so.
Like a filter?
Or like the server is just like overloaded with bullshit.
You're going again?
Let's see.
You're gonna see if it comes up with different results? See, now that looks more Simpsons than yours did. Yours looked like some abomination.
Yeah. This one is better.
Does it have to do the music?
It does it for the video effect when you post the video.
But it's just a picture, or are you taking a video?
It's a video.
Yeah. So like, I'll do the countdown like 3, 2, 1, and then it'll take that still, and then it'll.
Oh, okay, I see. It's processing it.
Why can't I fucking pause?
Look at that. You look like old Kimbo Slice.
I love that they didn't give me like the black Simpsons characters. I mean, they should. That's kind of racist.
Like he did the GTA filter, and like every time I tried it, I was like some white guy.
It's hilarious.
Just the wrong shade. Well, since we're on the culturally insensitive topics, I got a culturally insensitive one to talk about.
Love that.
Yeah. Vancouver's like what? Pretty white, right?
Yeah.
So you can probably say the same about Portland.
It's a little more
Portland
diverse.
less so.
Yeah, a little
Less
more
so?
diverse.
Well, it's a little more
yeah,
diverse, but I mean, it's because it's got a larger population. But if you were to, I still think like there's the whites aren't the minority.
No.
The whites.
No.
You said what you said.
Yeah, I said what I said, and I meant it. The whites.
Them whites over there.
So Salem is pretty. I don't know if there's the one side of town that's pretty heavily Hispanic. And then I don't know other little areas. The further out you go towards like
The French.
the farm country or whatever, yeah, you get less minorities.
More salt, less
Yeah.
pepper.
Yep, there you go. I started noticing a trend, and I've only lived up here for so long, but I've been in other areas. But it's like when growing up in New York, I don't know why I say that anymore. I didn't really grow up there. I only spent like 8 years there, but it's mostly like Puerto Ricans, Colombians, Cubans, and that's a different flavor of Spanish than what you get up here, because mostly up here you get people coming up from up
California.
from
Yeah.
California, coming from Mexico. So
Mhm.
I think it's safe to say Mexicans.
Yeah.
And man, some of them are just like, I'm starting to notice a trend with the older generation, and tell me if you've experienced this. So, let me think of like an earlier one. So one of the kids wanted to go to the bins. You know what those are?
No.
Bins. It's Goodwill.
Oh, okay.
Goodwill out. No, not outlet. Or they're all outlets, aren't they? It's like
Essentially.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah. This is like the. I don't know if this is where the place where they send stuff like that doesn't get picked up, or after or before, whatever. I don't know.
Yeah,
It's
but
just,
like a local thrift shop.
yeah, but it's not just normal Goodwill. This is like you go in there and there's like rows of bins that you just pilfer through, and like some of it's like you charge by weight.
I was about to say it's the one of the pay by the pound. Shit
Yeah,
type
kind of
stuff.
one of those
Some
things.
flea
but-
market, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
None of it's like checked out or gone through or cleaned or whatever. So none of it's, what you get is what you get.
Right.
Whereas, if you go in a normal Goodwill, it's like, oh yeah, we tested this, made sure it powered on and everything. So we went there, and it's easy to spend. What was it spend? I'm because I've only been there like 2 or 3 times, but they were really wanting. I don't know what their obsession was with going over there. I think like one was looking for like some kind of vintage lamp, and she only thought she was going to get it, or she thought she was going to get it from there and nowhere else. Anyways, so go there. 90%
Mexicanos.
Mexicanos. And so it's like whatever, but they what they'll do is they bring out rows of bins. And I guess the rule, I don't know, there's like no rules written out anywhere, but it's known what is the proper etiquette of grabbing stuff and not. So what they do is they'll bring, I think it's like 4 bins on 2 sides. And so they'll have two rows of
4.
2 rows of 4. And you can line up around where they're bringing them up as they're bringing them out, but you can't grab anything until the last bin comes out. And so people will kind of like try to get in there, and they'll be all like huddled up shoulder to shoulder, and try to get in a good space to grab something. Or as they're bringing them out, they'll like, oh, I see something over there, and position themselves like ready to grab whatever. So that
Sounds terrible.
it is. I like the other 2 times I went, I don't even really think I was like actively looking for shit. I went with somebody else, and we were just like, I didn't know what it was. I think it was probably my first time I went there. We were just browsing. It was like, what is this? You pay by the pound, and I didn't get this whole experience of this one time that we went. So this time was definitely more like, oh, okay, I see what's going on. Trying to actively grab, or they are, and I'm like, I saw a couple of things like, oh, I'm gonna grab this thing, check it out, and see if it works. I think I grabbed a couple of books too. Oh yeah, I grabbed like a zombie survival book. You remember those books that they had? Worst case scenario.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it was like one of those. So, anyways, there was this lady. she's probably like early 50s. And she had her cart. And the cart's like when you have somebody standing like between the bins, like between the rows, person here, person there, that's it. There's no room for a cart. And she was just like moving her cart around. And so I was trying to get around and she twisted her cart and blocked me. I'm like, so I tried to go around her and then she backed up, but she wasn't making eye contact with me. She was just being willful. It seemed like she was being willfully ignorant. And I was like, excuse me, nothing. Excuse me. Hello. Can I get by? Nothing. And I was like, okay, walk around. About not even 4 minutes later, she's out like moving stuff and I'm ready to go like, oh, I see something over there. Walk towards it. Same. And I'm like, bitch, you fucking, and I'm like, I'm saying this shit out loud because now it's really getting to me. It's like, get the fuck out of my way. Just nothing. And I'm thinking like maybe she's deaf, but then I heard her talk like 5 minutes later. I'm like, man, if this bitch fucking pulls in front of me one more time, I'm going to kick her fucking cart.
Black Friday every day.
Yep. So that was just the one experience. And then I was like, okay, this is just an isolated incident, nothing to get worked up over or whatever. It's just one person being an asshole or being themselves. But then I have to go to a parts store for something. And, this was probably about
same little thing. That lady followed me
That
there.
lady followed you there and cut you off with
this
a
bitch rolled into the front, through the front doors with her Goodwill shopping cart. No. There was like 3 guys working at the counter, but one was kind of like going in and out. Somebody was having some issues trying to do AC recharge and they exploded a can or they opened a can inside. So you've been around that? You've been around.
I haven't been around that
Yeah.
blow up, but
That's-
I know it's some bad
Yeah,
shit.
yeah. So they got real sweet. So anyways, there was one guy at the counter or 3 employees at the counter, but only one customer up at the counter. And so I grabbed my thing that I'm there for. And I walk up and I'm like waiting for the other 2 guys. Cause like 2 guys are doing stuff on the computer, one guy's and the other guy's on the phone. And the other of the 2 guys I mentioned was helping the one guy. So I'm standing like, how O'Reilly's is laid out. So they have the counter and then they have all those whatever you call them, floating stands or whatever that they have. So, and they always have you like stand
Impulse
in between.
buys. Yeah.
What is it?
Like impulse buy.
Yeah, impulse buy shit. Yeah. And so standing in between them, like waiting for like one of these 2 guys to help me. And then the other guy takes off. So now it's just the one. And so then as I'm standing there, clearly making eye contact with this guy, old Mexican dude walks up, pops right in front of the counter, plops his stuff down, and is like, I'm here to pay. And there's like 2 other guys behind me. And he just pops his stuff there and guy starts helping him out. Like, yo, there was a line of people here waiting. Didn't turn, didn't acknowledge. The other deaf dude. Like, hello? Yo. Nothing. And the guy just kept helping him and he just like fucking took off. So that's just like, do what I want.
Mexicans.
Fuck your shit.
No, I mean, like spending 10 years in Texas, like sometimes I like with the Hispanic population, I mean, you gotta be assertive with them.
I guess so. If my Spanish wasn't that rusty, I would have said something, but then, I don't know.
No, that happened to me at a parts store not too long ago. I was picking something up. I forget what I was doing there. And this fucking old guy just like literally there was a line of like 10 people just waiting. And he walks up and just walks right to the fucking counter. And I was annoyed because I was there and I was like, hey, there's like 11 of us motherfuckers standing in line and you just cut. He just ignored me. Same thing.
Like no English.
It was just like,
Lo siento, señor. No, fuck you.
it was- yeah.
Yeah,
That happened to me over at fucking Cost Less. Now that you speak of it, that
The-
did fucking annoy me.
The
I was like, I was like,
don't they make
walking
you
up
take a
and I was
number
like,
there?
I hope you trip when you fucking fall out with like when you go outside, like fuck you. Like all
Don't
those
trip
people
over your
were standing
oranges.
here, fuck you. People were looking at me like I was crazy. I was like, no, that motherfucker cut. I didn't give a shit. I'm being loud as fuck.
Don't they? They don't still do.
They do the
number
numbers
taps?
just to pick up your parts,
Oh, this was
not
the
for the
front-
register.
Yeah. Yeah, that's and I'm sure it's happened a number of times. I'm just now like just taking notice of it. It's like, what the fuck's up with these people? It's like, all right, just roll in here and do what I want when I want, unless you can do nothing or do something about it. Fucking stoppable.
I think it's just old people in general.
Well, that's the thing. It's like I don't know if I said old guy. The guy at O'Reilly's was probably around the same age, like early 50s, early mid 50s, and same, but just like,
yeah,
unless you speak my language, I'm not acknowledging you. Don't hear you. You can that all you want. That's how I was getting. That's how I was treating the situation.
I looked out like, ¿Qué pasa, motherfucker?
Hey, puto! El niño aquí. Said that a little too loud.
No, it's fine.
I was mad. I think I was, because like in that moment I was thinking the exact thing. I was like, this is like that fucking bitch at Goodwill. What the fuck? It happened again. And the kids were waiting in the truck too, or the car. And I like went in there. It's like, can happen again, because that lady did something to one of the kids when we went there. Like did like same thing, like was getting in the way or obstructing, and she wouldn't move. And they said, excuse me. So, I don't know if they were just like parroting what I was saying, like, oh, maybe it's the same lady, maybe it's a different lady, whatever. So
I would have went full Chris Tucker on him. Do you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth?
do you know English?
Yeah, it was like, you want to be a dick, I'm gonna be a dick. Let's go.
I don't know. My patience, I have a lot of patience, but it's starting to wear thinner each day with stupid shit like that.
We're almost to the age where we can say whatever we want and people won't be offended because we're old.
Yep.
Yeah. That's it. Like you're too old to give a shit. That's what
pretty
it is.
much.
At least they're not f***ing with sex swings.
You're talking about some of them are the freakiest motherfuckers that you ever like meet in your life.
Give me, they'll fucking break a hip trying to use one of those.
I ever tell you about the lady I went to this party. One of my friends was like, "Hey, come to this party with me. It's at the bar." I was like, "All right, whatever."
Oh,
Like,
the invite was for you.
Yeah, she's like, "Come on," and I was like, "Okay, let's fucking go." So she comes, picks me up, and we roll to the bar. And we get in there and like shit's like weird. Like there's people, everybody's talking and stuff like that.
Mhm.
And then there was this old lady who walked up and started saying some like super inappropriate things. And I was just like, this is weird. And she's like, yeah, I was on this cruise and I met this black dude. And we went fucked and he ripped me open and I couldn't walk for like the rest of the cruise. I look at my friend and I was like, come here. What the did you bring me to? She's like, oh, I didn't mention it was a swingers party. I was like, oh, you motherfucker. This old lady was sitting there just talking about the most freakiest, and I'm just like, no, no thanks.
Fuck this shit, I'm out.
Pretty much. I didn't leave. Some things just started getting funny. Ended up at a house later.
Wait, you didn't leave. You stuck it out.
Yeah, I stuck it out.
Oh,
Ended up going to a house party later. And turned out that they were all, I walked in the house and all of a sudden I just saw dicks and vaginas, just people running around the house butt naked, jumping in a jacuzzi. I was just like, oh, all right. So I'm just going to sit on the patio and drink.
Mhm.
You guys do what you do.
Oh, go ahead.
Oh no, I have a couple stories of my own, but
A couple of swinging
Ryan's like,
stories.
so I was on a cruise once.
yeah, right.
And this old lady walks up to me.
Stumbled upon this boat. No, but my one of my brother's friends, they got into trying to sell erotica bullshit. So
What? Okay.
like
Oh,
sex swings, like passion party.
Yeah. I was
Oh,
like that.
okay. I was like, what are they?
passion,
Video recording on the VCR. and-
Yeah, right.
sex
But-
or sex tape and what is it? Lies, sex
Sex,
videotape?
lies, and videotape.
There we go.
But like demonstration, like hooking up a sex swing to the door and all that shit. At the time I was about 200 pounds. My brother can't break past like 151 to save his life. But there's one place that he was going, and it was in that fucking swing. So I pinned him up against the fucking wall, like right next to the swing.
Mhm.
Fucking put him into that. It was fucking great.
Oh, he went against his will.
Oh yeah, 100%.
He's like, I'm getting you in that fucking swing.
Yep.
You're gonna be knees akimbo.
Great. But recently at work, we had a trailer come in on a trade, and the technician, being a smart ass or whatever, for the description of the job is to remove the mounts for a sex swing. I read that when I was looking up, getting ready to look up some parts for that.
Mhm.
I had to go out and check the swing unit out. And sure
It's
enough,
like,
the
I
entry
need to
door.
investigate.
Sure enough, above the entry door, there's two big ass fucking eye hooks looking, or just hanging there. Like, don't know what they were used for, but
Wait. So remove sex swing, but there was no sex swing, just eye
Correct.
hooks.
yeah, the eye hooks.
So they were assuming.
Assuming. I mean, you'd have to be pretty small. I mean, like, to fucking be able to fit a sex swing in the entry doors of these trailers, because like average size is between 28 and 32 inches wide for
Mhm.
entry doors.
Okay.
But
Between-
that shit was hilarious.
Between the door, like,
Like the door frame,
yeah,
28.
the door.
to 30.
So this is like the entry door.
Yes.
Right. So you'd have to have the door open, then have the swing there, and
Yep.
it's like on my way in or on my way out,
Doing some of the off the grid camping.
or a swingers RV
Yeah.
park.
it's-
One of the
They are flexible.
But yeah, I saw that. Had to take a picture, busted up laughing.
Mhm.
It's great.
So
Sitting there in
so
the RV with my dick out.
So they remove the eye hooks and then just patch the holes or whatever.
That's what would happen more than
Yeah.
likely. Because you'd have to replace, because it was a metal
they
siding,
kept it.
you'd have to replace the whole fucking.
'cause
Yeah,
they-
the job was declined.
Oh, it was
Uh, But yeah, you'd have to remove the whole metal paneling to hide the hole on the exterior portion of it.
okay, because it went from the eye hooks or what on the inside,
They
interior,
were coming on the out exterior,
and then just hitting up with it. So they're just a couple of lag bolts.
Ventriloquists,
pretty much.
Yeah.
not ventriloquists.
Acrobats,
No,
trapeze.
no. The voyeurs,
Oh, voyeurs. Yeah. Or no, exhibitionists.
exhibitionists.
Yeah.
I think I was trying to say exhibitionist and voyeur at the same time, so I just got
Ex-voyeur,
voy.
voyeurnish, voyeurist, whatever.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever.
We got it.
Yeah. Speaking of voyeurs,
Okay. Warriors come out to play.
last weekend
Mhm.
at the bar, I think it was a Saturday night. We were closed down, and everybody was gone, and we all look out the fucking window, and then I like see everybody start piling out the door. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? And I look outside and see the bouncer is pushing a dude, and the dude's pants are around his ankles and his dick's out. And his boxers are like at his knees.
Mhm.
I'm like, what the and I'm trying to put shit away because I'm tired too. I'm like trying to go. And I look out the window and the dude's sitting there like arguing with his dick out. Like I see him through the window and he's like sitting there like, what are you talking about? This is like ding, 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 ding. And I hear the bouncer. He's like, dude, pull your pants up. That's fucking embarrassing. was sitting there. He was drunk as trying to piss on the fucking window of the fucking bar.
Oh, Jesus.
And he went and got him. But like the way he did it, like his pants were like he pulled his pants down and dropped them around his ankles and then pulled his boxers down to his knees.
He tried to take a piss like he was in kindergarten.
Yeah, pretty much. And he got pushed and he fell in the street trying to pull his pants back up. It was fucking hilarious. And I was just
wait. First or ass cheek?
Ass cheeks.
That's still bad. It can break your tailbone.
It was funny. I was like, that little dude with his little pee out, like just sitting here in the fucking window. What the fuck are you doing? I was like, where are your friends? Like,
they left his ass. What friends?
Oh, I was like, man, you should at least have at least one homie that ain't gonna let you get that drunk that you putting your little pee-pee, like your little 2-year-old pee-pee out in public. I'm just saying. But for a follow-up, on Friday night, my cousin showed up at the bar and I was like, all right. We were wrapping everything up and we're walking down the street, we're talking, and we see this dude and this chick walking up. It was like, they're drunk. He's like, yeah, they are. We get in the truck and I'm about to pull out because I had to make some deposits into a dumpster.
Are you just saying you have to take?
No.
Okay.
I had garbage.
Okay.
From cleaning out my garage, and I didn't feel like paying for it at the dump. So I'm getting ready to pull out, and they like walk in front of my truck, and I'm like, all right, I'm gonna hold up. I had my window down. I was like, go ahead, like go walk to your car. They stumble over there, and then I pull forward and pull around and back up so like I could drop the tailgate and throw the garbage into the dumpster. So I get out of the truck, drop the tailgate, throw the 2 bags, and I turn around to put the tailgate up. The dude's over at like the driver's side window, like getting ready to get in the car. The girl is standing next to the passenger door. Don't know where her fucking shorts went, but they weren't on anymore. And her underwear was like down, like at her fucking like calf muscles. And me and my cousin, I was like, Chris, I was like, look at this. I was like, Chris, look at this. And he like turns, he's like, what in the fuck is going on? Like she was just butt naked. Like, Matt, like 2 seconds, I turned around. I was like, literally, I picked up a bag, naked. Like that. That's how fast like it happened. I don't know what the and then all of a sudden she fell down into the passenger door.
Yeah.
So which caused her legs to just kind of like
spread eagle.
Like that. So then at the dumpster that was up in that area, because I was throwing it down to another dumpster.
Yeah.
There was a bum dude searching through that dumpster. Well, by this time, he was walking away and he turns and looks and sees this girl. And I was just like, oh, shit. And he like stops. And then he just starts walking towards the car. And I was just like, oh. And then the dude was like, he's like, get the fuck back. Get the fuck back. And I was just sitting there and I was just, like, now I'm sitting there because now it looks like I'm a pervert because I'm sitting here staring.
Just watching everything.
I'm just sitting here trying to watch what the fuck's about to go down.
Yeah, right? The popcorn bowl just like pops out of nowhere.
The dude chases the girl, the dude off, and the dude like was like, "Fuck this, I'm out." It's like, dude, you should have been caught anyway. What the fuck? It was like, what the fuck were you about to do? Like,
he's some criminal ass shit.
Yeah, right?
Well, shit, as the rule states, ass, cash, or grass.
It's like, dude, your girl is like naked, bro. You should deal with that. I just got in the car and I dipped. I was like, I'm out. I ain't dealing with this. It's just like, all right, well, evidently downtown was just the place to like lose your fucking pants. Just, you know,
Yeah.
spread eagle and showing people your 2-year-old pee-pee. Put
Well-
your ass away.
Yeah. Well, speaking of whipping your genitals out, so I got a vasectomy. Yeah,
For real?
for real. That was
That's
okay.
not whipping your thing out. That's ripping
Oh.
your thing out.
Right?
No, snipping your thing out.
Clipping your thing out.
No, so like
Blipping your thing out.
blipping.
Yeah, like the blip.
Okay, yeah. No, they cauterize it, so it's burning out. So
That's called
Now you
gonorrhea.
are a fire crotch.
It's called gonorrhea.
Sorry, I wasn't.
No.
Never mind.
all good. Yeah, so I went in months ago for the preliminary for the pre-op, and they're like, okay, you know, the urologist is like, all right, we're gonna send my assistant out, and you're gonna drop your and you know, let me inspect your bits. I'm paraphrasing. He didn't say any of that shit.
Let me tickle your pickle.
Pretty much. So I'm like, all right, you know,
Man, that's an angle to that dangle.
it's an awkward boner.
Like balls.
Pretty much balls. Look at these balls. Yeah, so
Smooth as eggs.
kind of was like, all right,
These
you know,
nuts.
poking
Got him.
poking around. Like, all right, this ain't uncomfortable or nothing. But it kind of told me what was going to happen. And I was like, all right, cool. So, it kind of gives me the rundown. Like, okay, you know, you're going to come in. You'll take this some diazepam. Half an hour before you come in, or half an hour before you come in, do this stuff, and then, you know, you're out in like 30 minutes. I was like, cool. So I go in, rubs me down with the benzidine. And so first it was like this.
Nice.
It was first it was the assistant. And yeah, pretty much. First it was the assistant and then a trainee. So I'm like, great. Everyone's going to.
Everybody's seeing my dick.
Everyone's just going to f around with my bits. And so.
Why are you staring? Does it look familiar? Shit.
So, so the assistant comes in, is like, was telling the trainee, like, okay, so you do this and you're going to do that and blah, blah, blah. And this is what we normally do if they don't, you know, whatever, just giving them the whole training. I'm like, great. It's just so an opportunity for somebody to fuck up, but you know, they weren't cutting into me or doing anything. So I was like, cool. So they rubbed me down with the benzidine, the brown goop cold. Hit me with the whatever, the numbing, and then the assistant walked out, and it was just the urologist and I. And so he's like, all right, I'm getting ready to make an incision here, and just let me know if you feel this thing. You're going to be feeling a thing come up to your waist. If you feel anything past that, let me know. It's like, I was starting to go out of it. I was like, what are you talking about? Like, are you poking a fucking, like, are you putting a needle or something in me? And you're wanting, and I'm supposed to tell you if I feel it up in my guts? Like, what are you doing? Just like, instructions unclear. What are you doing? So, but I start feeling it. I start feeling like he's like pulling out, like, feel this.
Oh,
And I feel it. I hear it and I feel it. And not pain, but I just like trying to equate it to something like, you know, when you go to a dentist and they're doing like a cavity filling, or, you know, they're just drilling
yeah,
shit in your
you're all
mouth.
numb, but
You're numb, but you feel every little like push and poke and whatever. It's like that. And then all of a sudden I'm like, oh, okay, I think I feel something in my waist. And I fucking pass out. Mind you, I'm laying down flat, but my legs are down and just, you know, like this.
Got the little
Yep.
blind or whatever.
and I start dreaming, which is fucking weird because I've been knocked out before, and just like out cold, and then then you come back or whatever, you wake up from it. This is like the first time I've ever like had the knockout and then just dreamed, and then I was starting to come out of it, and the assistant was back in the room, and they were like panicking, because like he was yelling like, wake up, you hear me? You hear me say something? I was like, what? And then the assistant was like holding her hand somewhere like around here in my face. And I was like, what are you doing? I was like, I can hear you. What's going on? It's like, you passed out. And I'm like, oh, all right. And like, yeah, we're getting worried because the rock salts weren't working. So apparently they were using rock salts to try to wake me up, but they were expired. I was like, what the fuck is this? Like, oh man, I'm ready to bail. One ball. I don't give a So
Don't forget these marbles here.
yeah. Don't forget your souvenirs. What?
It's like clink, 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 clink.
So they so the assistant like stays in the room. She's just like trying to talk to me, like make conversation. I'm like, I don't know if I want to make conversation with you right now while dude's down there cut me up or whatever.
I mean,
Just
they
like,
know
what's
you
your
had
favorite movie.
Yeah, I mean, they know you at a personal level. I mean, they fondled your balls. So.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And so
Like, hey, so we're gonna go get dinner after this. Like, we've already got through the awkward stuff. Now let's
Yeah.
just.
We all know I can't get you pregnant. Shit.
well, technically I can.
Yeah.
I'm it's like, what is it, 4 to 6 weeks before you're
Sterile.
completely sterile.
Yeah.
So yeah, she's like sitting there trying to make conversation with me, like, what's your favorite movie? I'm like, and she's like, oh, it's a good one. She's like, I was like, what do you like or whatever. I don't know why I was fucking engaging in this, but I was like, whatever, just keep talking. Let me get through this. So I'm not paying attention. So I can't pay attention to the snip. And so she started talking about her mom. Like, she loves the kung fu movies and all these like fighting action and Fast and the Furious. And I was like, cool. I don't give so he gets done like in 2 minutes. It's like, all right, we're done. And they start patching me up or whatever. And then he walks out and she's cleaning me up and, just like back down there with the Benzidine, but wiping it up. And then she holds another one and she's like, okay, so I got you all cleaned up. You're going to, because they give you some shorts that you have to put on that are like made of gauze. It's like a really, really weird underwear. So she's like, you're going to put that on, then you're going to put this pad on, then you're going to put your underwear over that, and then get dressed and come on out. And I was like, okay. But before that, as she's holding this other thing, this is a warm, wet pad or whatever, and you're going to use this to wipe your butt. And I was like, oh. It's like, yeah, because I'm not wiping you down there. I'm like, all right. I was starting to think like, oh, this must be the Benzidine, drip down there or whatever.
Oh, he pooped himself.
Well, hold on.
Didn't really poop, it just sharded.
Okay, so
The doctor had to stop, sprayed him in the face.
I was like passed out, like kabam!
It was like that scene off of what was it? The Hall Pass, where the girl went into the bathroom and because her stomach hurt, and she thought she was dying, and then she like farted and all over the wall.
I know with him talking about passing out, I thought of South Park.
Well, so I get up and I'm like, all right, I'm thinking like it's just for the benzodine. She didn't say anything. She just said like this is for your butt because they were wiping me all over and like the stuff was goopy and dripping and I was like, okay, it's just got to be the brown. And so I get up and I'm looking down. I'm like,
It was a brown.
well, so I'm like looking like, okay, so that's definitely benzodine there. But then there's like powder. It looked like somebody dropped some like cocoa mix on it. And I was like, is that benzodine? And then like, I was like, I don't know if I want to know. I'm just going to wipe my ass and just go. And so I wiped. There was no on me, but whatever was on the pad, I don't know. And I didn't want to ask, but I very well may have myself through that. Yeah. do that again. Yep.
Yeah, that
It's like,
Ain't chocolate.
oh yeah,
doo-doo, baby.
Yeah. So this is the chocolate chip cookie all over again. Oh.
Well,
Yep.
yeah.
I can't. They said I can't ejaculate for 7 days.
that sucks.
You got to listen to them.
Better not bring your kids. Not anymore.
Man, so like expanding on poo-poo stories.
Just all over the place.
So we got
Shit everywhere.
like I'm sure the world knows about Oregon and Washington with the homeless and all that.
Mm.
But down the street of my work, like right in front of the street on the street in front of my work, there's a couple campers that made residents.
Okay.
And instead of moving to go to a dump station, they decided the street is the best place to dump their black tanks.
Oh,
Gross.
where?
In front of my work.
Oh, in front. Just like a cassette thing.
Yeah, like you got a blade valve, you pull it, opens up.
Oh,
everything comes out.
Okay. I'm thinking like the cassette cotton. Just dropping out sludge.
I guess they feel they have
River.
prime real estate and they don't want to lose that spot.
Mm-hmm. Can't move from this spot.
Have to repack everything just to go fucking dump some in the shit.
Don't want to get in nosebleeds. This is
Yeah.
That's gross. I bet that smelled pretty.
Oh, like roses.
Ooh.
Yeah. Wait, okay, so I got a question. So they're bums,
Pretty much, yes.
but they live in a camper.
Yes.
Stolen camper?
Is it a Winnebago? Is there a
Plausible.
bald guy and a younger dude?
Plausible. Like the ones that are like most of the ones in front of on the street from my work are coaches. And I think there's like one or two travel trailers, fifth wheels. But yeah.
Word.
Used to be like a bunch on, well, it probably still is.
Like Marine Drive.
yeah, Marine Drive, MLK,
Same peoples.
Delta Park.
They've been pushing them out of Delta Park lately.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I mean, they're staying, within the area. Like just right there off of MLK Drive.
Yeah.
The
I mean, your car gets stolen. Definitely go down there to look for it.
what's the one spot that where the Jubits is? Like down that road a little bit, just off
Yeah.
side streets. There used to be. Oh, go ahead.
Didn't have nothing.
Oh, there used to be. Well, they're probably still there. When we lived in the apartments before we moved to the house that we're at now, there was this couple that lived in an RV that frequented our street, especially around like closer to trash day, because they would come and pull all the cans and stuff. But I don't know. Then they started like venturing into people's backyards and it's like getting a little too close for comfort.
Yeah, fuck all that.
Yep.
Cross that fence line, dude.
Well, yeah, there was no fence except for the one that I had to put up around our patio. Yeah, so
We exercise the scientific method over here. Around and find out.
Yeah, that was not a good neighborhood. That was where we were getting the drive-by shootings all the time.
That was the one in Salem.
Technically, they're all in Salem, but
Yeah, I
this is the one that like they had shot 3 kids or they weren't kids. They shot at 3 kids.
Yeah.
Right in front of our driveway.
Yeah. All that.
And then like they found like a dead body, just a block down from where we lived. And then I guess 2 years later they found like that dude's father or somebody related to him. Not much farther from that.
Oh.
So yeah, glad to not be there anymore.
No.
So talk about finding dead bodies. Yeah, the story popped in my head. So 2 bad neighborhood areas in Houston is Sharpstown and Greens Point, nicknamed Shotstown and Guns Point.
Makes sense.
Yeah,
Checks out.
yeah. So shortly after I got a job at a bike dealership there, they had bought a dealership that went under, like on the other side of the feeder road on in Houston and stuff like that. So about a week before we were able to move into that facility, they found a dead body in the dumpster.
Oh.
And that was in the Guns Point neighborhood area.
Like murdered.
Yep.
It's Moida. That's Cherry.
Yeah. Sure. On top of that, in 2003, I went to Australia and New Zealand for a baseball tournament. First day into New Zealand, we were walking up the main street in Auckland, and somebody was unalived in a pub. They had him on a gurney, the white sheet over him. Like one of the dudes just like stopped and just had the look on his face. Just it was fucking great.
Poke him with the stick. How does that work out? You like sitting there. Imagine being the bartender. Hey, bud, you want something now?
Right. I mean, for like the 5 of us guys, I was we were grouped together. I mean, that was like first day in a foreign country.
Like, well, someone's not leaving here.
Yep.
Let's all head to the hostel. Americans go for a good price.
Heck yeah.
Oh man, I ran into this bum the other night. It was pretty great. I saw him. He was just walking down the street, didn't have a shirt on, which was weird. And he was like asking people for, money and countless other shit. But then I saw him like an hour later. And I just wondered what kind of shit he just got into in like that last hour. He was like walking down the street. He had like a coat hanger. He had a ukulele. He had like some other shit. And it was just like walking down the street. It was like, somebody was like, oh yeah. It was like, yeah, it's a ukulele. It was like, he didn't have that an hour ago. Like, what the fuck just happened? And he was just as happy as he could be walking around with his coat hanger and a fucking mini guitar. Was like, I seriously want to know what happened in this last hour.
He changed his classes. he went from drunken master to bard.
Yeah, evidently. Fucking people. Yeah, well, shouldn't sing.
All right.
That was it. Shouldn't sing.
Shouldn't sing. That's it. We'll end on that note.